Okay, guys, good morning to all of you. Can you hear me loud and clear? If yes, give me a thumbs up. All right, I'll put an L and C for me right now. L and C stands for loud and clear. All right, do me a favor, quickly do it right now. Okay. Right, good morning to all you once again. This is Cal, and it's been a while since I last met you guys online. Now, I just said to you guys last week that I am actually moving on. The MAO itself, right, will be forming into videos, short videos, and I'll be posting them online through our YouTube channel. Yeah, so the MAO will no longer be at 11 a.m. It will likely be in the afternoon. Why afternoon? It's because I'm going to show you how you should be trading with the afternoon market. Because morning market itself, right, is more catered. It's actually there's lesser movement in the morning. So that's why we will do more of the afternoon market. So like example, like what should we be looking out for, what a technical point, all this information later on. Okay. All right, so when will this actually fully start? It will likely start in September, okay? But the exact date itself to be confirmed, okay? All right, once again, guys, good morning to all of you. Good morning to you, Alison. Okay, all right, today we have many special friends coming online to share stuff with us. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey, on, yeah, hey, why like that? All right, morning to you, Angie. Okay, guys, good morning to you. Let's go. Okay. Now, we have actually reminded you, or I have reminded you to be very careful, especially this week. Remember? Right, I've been telling you guys that the stock market itself is deemed for a pullback, and apparently it really has happened. Okay, so of course, when such thing happen itself, people will ask the same question itself: when should we cut our losses and stuff like that? I really don't know what to share with you because I have already told you guys that the market will likely be pulling back pretty soon. And because of that itself, I already tell you guys that to take necessary adjustment, to take some profits and move on. And I also indicated that once the Bitcoin comes down, that will start the selling. All right, remember that? So all these were all mentioned, right? Today is the 24th of August already, and we're just days away from the Jackson Hole. So we will talk about that later. All right. Good morning to you, Dennis. All right, let's go. So we would like to thank Ames once again for the kind support all this while. They have been giving us very strong support over the last few years. And of course, we, TWB, is also very grateful for their sponsorship with all our events. So thanks again to use Ames. All right, appreciate for whatever you've done for us. Now, Wall Street joke of the day. Okay, so now everybody is really waiting for Jerome Powell to speak on coming Friday. Now, on Friday, Jerome Powell will be at Jackson Hole and he will be sharing with people what is potential view. Now, the last time we had this little topic was already 1 year ago. And of course, we also came to the point whereby we were talking about it and we did say that things may get a bit drastic, but the thing went opposite way. In fact, the market went all the way up itself instead. So maybe this is going to happen again. I'm not too sure, but I will tell you in advance that later on, when you have profits from the short selling, do consider to book some profit ahead of the Jackson Hole, because the last time when we were having this conversation, it was 1 year ago, and we also had the same thing whereby the market was selling towards Jackson Hole, and then after that the market just rebounded. Remember that? So this is something that we just have to recall. All right, let me just bring back to you a little bit. I cannot be sure, so I'm gonna show it to you right now. Okay, let me just put down there Jackson Hole meeting symposium, in fact, in 2021. Let's just check the dates now. Okay, so the dates, that time when this Federal Reserve was on the August 26th to 28th of 2021. Okay, so if you go back to that time, we go back to trading view and just quick double check there. Moment. Okay, so let's just take a look right now. Okay. Okay, so this is the market, right? I told you that I already shared with you very clearly that once the Bitcoin start to come down, all right, Bitcoin at 24,000, when Bitcoin start to come down, we will see a stock market coming down. You see that? So now Bitcoin is recovering a little bit. So maybe the stock market will rebound a little bit. I don't know. Let's take a look at it later on. Okay. Anyway, let's go back to the history. Okay, let's go back history a little bit to last year, August period. Now, August period, at the time I said earlier itself, right? The Jackson Hole that happened was 26 to 28 of August 2021. So let's go back to the tape and take a look, guys. So you can see that on the 26th to 28, the market was kind of soft though. It didn't really move much, in fact. Let's just go deeper. Here we go. This is the area, everybody. This is the area. So the market was pretty sideways. There was a bit of some profit taking, a little bit, but end of the day, so after that, we did see the market going up. Okay, after that, we did see the market going up. Then after that, continue to go higher after a pullback. Then the selling came in, but that was already September period. Okay, now would this actually be the same thing again? Well, you can see that during that period of time, the Bitcoin was sideways or pulling back a little bit, right? Can you see that now? Yeah. Then after that, Bitcoin went up, right? From the time the price of 40,000 then to 48,000. So that same time itself, right, the S&P 500 also went up. And incredibly, at the same time, whereby we can see on the chart right now, all right, almost incredible. Bitcoin started to pull back from 50,000 all the way pull back to 40,000. That was where the S&P 500 fell. Incredible, right? Can you see that? So after that itself, right, when Bitcoin found some space in 41,000, shoot up all the way to 64,000, we also saw the bottoming of the S&P 500. So this is whereby it gets damn interesting, right? It seems that this S&P and Bitcoin do have a little bit of this, what do you call, relationship, right? Which I find incredible. Okay, so that is the first thing that I want to share you today in the morning. It's pretty cool stuff, right? Okay, so you can see that I always give you guys pretty good stuff. Okay. All right. So good morning to you, Nelson. Morning to you, this Luis. All right. Okay. So will Jerome Powell be able to save the world? Well, let the market decide then. Okay. But of course, for me, it's all right. I think has been pretty decently accurate recently. On the 19th of August, I already tell you that likelihood Bitcoin will fall. And after that, potentially the market will come down, will be the US stock market. And that was on the 19th of August. 19th of August, I already put into the, what do you call, I already inform you regarding of this thing here. So let's look at 19th of August, which day was that? Here we go. So this was the 19th of August, the very day the market had to come down, right? This is the day whereby I tell you beforehand in the morning that the market will be coming down, and indeed it really came off. All right. So once again, pretty spot on if you ask me. Okay. So that was what I talked about Bitcoin and the stock market, and I reminded again on the 19th of August in the evening at 6:20 p.m. I says that right today must sell out because Federal Reserve and Michael Burry have sold out their position. And of course, on the 22nd of August, I reminded again and said that I think the sky is really falling. Of course, I get the iconic guy from Wall Street to be my picture model, of course, in a way. And of course, you can look at his worried face. So that was how it is. And of course, I have again in my own trade live session on the 22nd of August, I share with many students and tell them that I'm going to short the US market, and I did it live in front of them, and I said to them that the market most likely will fall all the way down to 32,802. Now this is based on the TWB system because the KCB was there, 32,802 was there. So that time, the Dow Jones was still trading at 33,433. So that means that it's impossible that I can read the future, right? So of course, what happened? Let's take a quick look on the market right now. Let's take a look at the market right now. Okay, bring in the market screen, and then we see how it goes. Okay. Oh my God. This is beautiful. This is today's market right now. And the Dow Jones has really came down all the way to this point here, the very point I just said a moment ago, 32,802. And voila, the market really hit that level just about probably 20 minutes ago or so. And then the market is now rebounding exactly where we said. So congratulations to everybody who have followed. Okay, this is really incredible stuff. Imagine that I show it live trading on Monday, and today by Wednesday we have already have the target reached itself. So if you don't mind, do me a favor, guys. If you think that this style of trading is really impressive, can you please key the word spot on for me? All right. Because I already tell you guys that what will likely be happening, and I really prove it with my TWB system. All right. And you can see that when we call for the sell a couple of days ago, that was here. That was where, sorry. That was where the Dow Jones was. Okay. And then you can see, here we go. This is where we call for sell in the Dow Jones. And of course, the Dow Jones really come down all the way to 32,802. Right. This is really, really amazing. So thank you guys once again for your lovely messages right now. Thank you for giving me the spot on calls. Really, really appreciate that. Okay. Thank you very much. And sincerely hope that you have made some good money. Yeah. I think for the phase 1 and phase and 1515 group, we have scored already about nearly 1,000 points, making 1,000 points from the market itself. Congratulations, guys. Thank you, Han Yu. Thank you, Louis. Thank you, Aiden. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. Now, the thing is this, okay, last week itself, right, I remember telling you guys to be a bit careful. I told you that the fear and greed index has climbed from extreme fear all the way to neutral. That was last week on the 18th of August during my last MAO. I told you that when the fear and greed index is at neutral, you need to be a bit careful. And of course, I show you the what do you call the resistance, okay, of it. And after that itself, right, we can see today we are now have moved back from 55 neutral. It's moved back to 45. Now we have 45 right now. All right. So last week was 55. You can see very clear. And of course, to verify this, you can see that this is where exactly is happening. So you see, guys, as long as you know how to collect your data around you, you can actually make good money from the market. And of course, without a doubt, it's all right. I use this very diligently. You cannot just randomly use it. You use it together with a lot of alternate stuff. So that's the reason why we are able to do this on a very regular basis. All right, now we're going to know that, let's look at the economic figures today. Now, the new home sales has dived down yesterday. Now, it was expected to be slightly lower. The previous one was at 585,000, and they were looking at a lower number of 575. But the thing is this, the actual actually came worst off 511. Now, this is not good, all right? This is really not good. And later on, please pay attention to my alternate market news, because I got something to tell you, and it's going to be very serious. Yeah. Okay. Now tonight we're going to have the core durable goods. Okay. The previous number is 0.4. They're looking at a lower number, and if this number become a minus sign, then we have a problem. Okay. It means the economy is having a problem. And if the economy is having a problem, but the inflation is still high, that means that there's a very good chance that they're going to bring down the what they call the stock market further, in my opinion. All right, and then of course we have the pending home sales, and of course this is the home sales, or the earlier new home sales, and they're looking at a lower number, minus 4%. So let's see whether if the number is much higher, then we also may have a problem. Okay. Then GDP preliminary will be coming out, and they're looking at the number to be contracting as what we expected. And if the number is worse than 0.8%, minus 0.8%, then that means that the economy is in serious trouble. Now, of course, we do expect the PCE data to be better than expected, okay, because that means that they're looking at so-called inflation peaking. And of course, Jerome Powell will be speaking after that. I think that will be during the Jackson Hole period, okay, Jackson Hole. So what is Jackson Hole, right? Okay, so if Jerome Powell will be speaking in Jackson Hole, this place itself, right, is whereby they get all the financial frontiers to come in and talk about and discuss. Now, a couple of years ago, when this Jerome Powell was chairing this, and he actually freaked the market out in 2018 meeting, and that was why he saw 2018 the stock market coming off. So of course, after the 2018, he probably had learned his lesson. He's not going to do that again, and that's the reason why there is little expectation that there will be hawkishness, or the hawkishness from Jerome Powell will be much taper off. Now, the thing is this, the last time when we have this style of Jackson Hole, the media was speculating that there will be a lot of hawkishness from the Federal Reserve. But this time around, they say lesser. So the point is this, the last time they said there'll be a lot of hawkishness, the market then there wasn't. And of course, the market reacted positively and the market went higher. So the question now is, this year, they are saying that there will be lesser hawkishness from Jerome Powell. So what do you think the stock market players want you to behave this time? So that's the reason why I want to share this important information with you. So the Kansas City Federal Reserve will host its annual economic symposium in Jackson Hole. And of course, definitely it's already the first in-person Jackson Hole conference. So it's very easy to have what you call sentiment-driven agenda. And of course, we all know that the Federal Reserve most likely will be increasing the interest rate between 50 basis point to 75 basis point. Now, the market is expecting 50 basis point. But if let's say Jerome Powell during this meeting decide to say something a little bit different, then that may actually signal a 75 basis point, and that might be able to bring the market down lower. Now, the thing is this, but we all know that the July inflation data has a modest softening in the inflation pressure. And of course, with that itself, that dispel the concern for the 75 basis point. But you see, my point is this, it's better for the Federal Reserve to do a 75 immediately right now to really curb inflation rather than they keep on kicking the can down the road. So to me, it's all right. I'm actually pro a 75 basis point. But of course, I'm biased on this because I have a few reasons to share with you shortly, okay? So what happened this morning? Let's just bring up the chart right now. Just give me a moment. Okay, here we go. Right. Now this morning we can see that the Dow Jones S&P falls again, notching the 3 days losing streak. All right, that means the Dow Jones down by 154 points, and we also had the Nasdaq down by about a very small little movement, in fact almost flat. But overall, it's all right. Zoom went down by 16.5% because they have a lower full year forecast. And now it seems that, right, some of the data are coming out that they have potential downside. And of course, we do have the 10-year yield shooting past 3% again. Now, I already informed you guys many times before that I've been telling you this, the 10-year yield will most likely be trading above 3% in the near term. And of course, when I said that itself, kind of several people were saying that it will never happen because of whatever they listen. To me, it's all right. I'm not going to, debate on this because whatever is there is right in front of us, okay? So you can see right now that this is the 10-year yield. And I told you guys about 3 weeks ago that there will be a bottoming out period around here. And of course, to all my TWB students, this is a BMB, right? BMB stands for Big Movement Bar, also known to be a turning point. So a turning point of the yield obviously has led to the recovery of the yield. And of course, if the yield continue to go higher, that means that there is a very good chance of a 75 basis point that's coming up in September. That's my point. Okay, all right, so this is something that you must consider to take note. All right, okay, all right, let's look at some local and global news right now so that we can actually look at what to do for the market. Okay, just give me a moment, let me just get the news up. Okay, all right, so look at the news, a quick one on the news right now. Moment. Okay, so some of the incredible news first. Okay, so first of all, we have the top court in Malaysia sending Najib to jail. Oh my God. I mean, I never expected this to happen. I thought that he will get out of it. So I'm wrong. Okay. And the time is 12 years. Oh my God. This is pretty bad. Yeah. So this is Najib's final appeal and he actually lost it. So, wow. Okay. So we will see how it goes from down there as well. Then, of course, we have US also having their issue there. The judge orders Trump to give details of the Mar-a-Lago search warrant lawsuit. Okay, very interesting. And of course, we all know that this Democrats really seemingly really not very comfortable to see Donald Trump coming back. Now, one thing in China is getting crazy is that the worst drought ever. Now, the drought in this China is so scary that people are dying because of the heat wave. And of course, there's a lot of crops and food, like fishes are all dying because of the heat. It's burning up all the, dissipating all the oxygen from the river. So that's why a lot of fishes has died. And of course, animals just, really, just fell and died. I saw one very incredible video clip whereby a guy was walking down the road and his slipper was stuck on the road because it actually was so hot, he melted his slippers. Oh my God, this is really crazy. And of course, we have once high-flying Chinese tech company are looking to scale back, and Alibaba and Tencent are all coming off. And this actually explains why am I so bearish with the Hong Kong stock market. And China 89 billion e-commerce giant Jingdong actually posted the lowest quarterly growth on record. Now, this tells you that the whole economy is actually coming down. The whole world economy, the biggest economy other than US itself is China, and this economy is showing you through their earnings and from the sales. So all this explain problem, because if it's COVID, then at least people will still do things. But this time around itself, right, is people just holding back, they're not spending, and this is a very big problem. But of course, itself, right, for Jim Cramer, he still think that, right, the market is going to go higher. He feel that now with another chartist called Ralph Vince indicates that there will be higher movement. All right, so let's just see what it happen. But of course, there are experts saying that it's a housing recession. This one, I leave it there for you to decide. But undeniable, euro market closed lower as investors monitor the oil prices, the data, the euro hit 20 years low. And of course, people think that there will be more downside to go. So again, traders, you need to be very, very careful of the situation right now. Things getting out of hand. And I've been telling you guys to be very, very careful as we approach this month of September. Okay. And of course, Jim Cramer says that the breaks on comparing. And of course, they say that, right, there's some similarities between 2001 and 2008. So all these you can watch online yourself. I will put up the link later on. Okay. All right. So that is the news that we have for you right now. Hope that you enjoy that. Okay. Let's go something that you really want to know, and that is the alternate market news. Now, I plug basically from one YouTuber. Most of the charts I plug it from one of the YouTuber, and I think he done a marvelous job, and I don't mind narrating what he said, but together with my own personal view. Okay, so let's go. Now, the thing is this is what happened over since 18th century and 19th century until now. Yeah, from 1819 all the way to 2009. Well, you can see that almost every time the market goes in waves. That means that every time itself, right, when the rolling 10 years of the Standard & Poor, okay, goes down, you can see that economically the market goes bad. So you can see that this is how the modern economics fluctuate in a cycle in the last 40 to 50 years. And you can see that right now we are into the intelligence and technology itself. So by right after a financial crisis, usually we have all the good time coming up, because history has proven that after a bad crisis, normally the market will be good. Well, we do have a pretty good time back in from 2009. So now the thing is this, we are entering 2022 right now. So from 2009 to 22 itself, right, is how many years again? This is more than like 10 over years. So 13 years bull market, I think for 13 years bull market, I think we should be taking a little break soon, okay? I believe that we'll take a little break soon. And after that break, then we have the big rally coming up again. So that's the reason why I felt that there's no need to panic, no need to be have FOMO. Wait for a while, let the market cool down a little bit, and then after that, buy from the bottom again. Okay, buy from the bottom again. All right, so now let me show you this, everybody. Now, what's the reason causing a lot of traders to be pretty bullish recently? Well, because some people use the weekly chart of the S&P 500 and use the MACD. Now, MACD is not what TWB use, but it's alternative market news, so I can share with you some stuff. So you can see over here right now on the chart, well, it happened before. In 2019, we have the base price here, and then the market recovers when the MACD cross over. Okay, fair enough. Then after that, it went lower. And of course, after that, we have the stock market blasting all the way. So now we are even worse off. Look at the MACD MACD on the weekly chart itself. It's so much lower, right? So by right, we should see an ultimate bull. Okay, so at this junction here, this is why a lot of traders is expecting the stock market to fly to the sky. But before you jump into this, let me finish this next 10 minutes, then you make your final decision, yeah? Okay, so what is happening right now is this. If you go back into history, back in 2008 at time, we also saw the market was mounting all the way up. And then after that, we have a peak. And then we had a similar thing whereby the MACD was crossing and seemingly going higher. But after a while later, the market breaks the previous low, and oh my God, look at it. The selling was so bad that the market collapsed all the way from then. And the incredible part, when this all happened, was from August all the way to November. So which means that, right, from August to November, the market in 2008 really collapsed accordingly. But of course, you can say that, oh, this is Lehman crisis, so it's not going to be like, you can compare apple with orange, right? Okay, fair enough. I'm just sharing with you some of the stuff that I pick up. Then how about this? Now, we all know that the current 10-year to 2-year spread, okay, is actually below and in deficit. Now, we have seen it before that whenever you enter deficit, recession always come. Now, we've seen it before, and it's not the first time we're seeing this, so there's no need to be shy about it, but we all saw that. Okay, so we have this one was during the pandemic time. This was pandemic time. This was due to the Lehman time. This was due to the 911 time, and also we have the Nasdaq crisis. Here itself, right? We have the after they have the Gulf War and stuff like that. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is this: whenever the 10-year and 2-year actually inverse, what we see is that the market is expecting the Federal Reserve to tighten further, and growth is actually slowing. And usually, when you tighten further and growth is slowing, you will 100% get a recession. Okay. So I know that for Singaporean, we are still buying a lot of cars in showrooms, as our condominiums are going incredible prices. We have what do you call HDB at $1 million. Now, what's the main reason of this happening right now? Well, you must understand the situation in Singapore. Most probably because we really want to have 10 million people in Singapore. So that's the reason why you can see there's an influx of non-native Singaporean in Singapore right now. So what happened is this, right? When all this happened, obviously that will cause prices of property to go higher because there's lack of lands and inflation, because the people who stay other countries coming to Singapore, they are paying even much higher for their properties in their country. So when they come to Singapore as well and they want to stay in Singapore, they will really get all out help, whatever it is, to come into Singapore and stay. I was asking a property agent recently. He says that, right, those typical houses that people Singaporean usually don't stay are those like above a very noisy coffee shop or near the rubbish bin and stuff like that, right? It is actually usually is like no one stay, but now it is actually oversubscribed. Oh my God, oversubscribed. So this tells you the Singapore situation right now. So of course you say, Kel, isn't that good if the property prices is going up itself? Isn't that good for the economy? Well, if property prices going up itself, but what inflation is going up at the same time, it's actually a very scary thing. That means that thing can get very out of hand. Don't you agree with me? If you agree with what I just said itself, right, can you keyword agree that things could get out of hand with what we are going through right now in Singapore? And because of that itself, right, let's continue with this. Now, this is the 10-year versus the 3 months. And you can see that now we are not there yet. But of course, once we really have this thing happen, oh my God, things will get very, very bad. So we are now just really less than 0.25 away from this. And if really this would happen, this is going to be very drastic. And that will really signify the start of a recession. Okay. All right, so that is what I'm trying to tell you guys. I've been pretty accurate on this, and I tell you that this will actually really happen. Now, take a look. This is the net percentage of the domestic bank tightening standards for commercial and industrial loans to large and middle market firms. Okay, simply put itself, it's just like telling you now, where are we now with terms of the bank tightening standard. So every time when the banks have to tighten up itself, right, you can see from the red arrows, you will definitely enter recession. The gray area are recession. Okay, so we are now increasing with the tightening, and once we go to somewhere around here, usually we will have the recession coming in, and that will likely be by December 2022 or latest January 2023. And that is where I said that the market will come off a fair bit. And of course, that will be a good time for you to look to buy and keep for longer term. All right, I only have Joseph who agrees. So the rest of you don't agree that you all think that the current inflation in Singapore is actually acceptable. That's what you meant. That's why there's no one other than Jason who agree. The rest of you just don't agree. Okay, never mind. Let's continue. Now take a look. This is the civilian unemployment rate versus the inflation rates. Okay, so I can explain this to you. All right, the one in this orange or gold color is the inflation. Okay, inflation data. That's why you have it there. Now, if you notice this, okay, everybody, now the inflation is going upwards, right? Okay, it's moving up at a very fast rate, but you can see that the unemployment rate is now at very low. Okay, fair enough. Now we look back into history, shall we? Now, if inflation starts to shoot to the sky, then usually you see the unemployment going up. Can you see that? Because that means more and more people are losing their job. And we've seen this many times before. So when inflation shoots up dramatically, you always see unemployment actually going higher. So now from this chart itself, right, the thing is this, the unemployment is still very low. And that was exactly something interesting, because the last time we've seen this before, it was something like that, where the thing happened. So now the question is this, are we going to have a sudden loss of job based on the pattern itself? We won't know, because every time when it comes to a point of similar level, there'll always be an event out of nowhere, and that will create a recession or create a sudden big event and create a lot of negative stuff, and people get unemployed. Okay, people actually get unemployed. So that's the reason why it seems that either the big recession word is coming in, or that something will happen in the world. And then when that something that will happen, oh my God, you will see a lot of people again, they'll be suffering, and they lose their job and so forth. All right, so I don't know what will happen. I really don't know, but it's just that this is actually very scary. In history, it's a good pattern, and the one we always use it for forecasting. Then I can tell you this, something bad is going to happen very, very soon. Okay. All right. So of course, in terms of overboard, we have seen the S&P 500 at the RSI is at the above the 70 zone, and of course we have is a downward trend downside. So which means that unless the thing rebound and the market goes new high like this way, okay, that means we have more upside to go. But if let's say we have the the thing coming down instead, and this time round it's actually lower while the market is at the same high. That means that it's going to go down further. Okay, so that is the difference between the RSI when it actually at the overbought or oversold. And you must all know, you must compare notes to see whether is the market expecting to go higher or expecting to go lower. So very simple. Downside itself, in my opinion, is 3,400 for the S&P 500. And of course, for the upside itself could be as high as 4,800. So I'm not too sure where the market will be heading, but I'm pretty sure that very, very soon there should be a very big movement coming up. And I cannot deny that, right? I'm actually waiting for this to actually happen. All right, so guys, please take note of all this information. It's really very important. Thank you, Alison and Jerry, for agreeing. Now, of course, on the flip note itself, right, we need to know something very important is that this is the moment, yeah. This is the AAII index. Okay, this AAII index itself is actually talking about all the fund managers. So you can see that every time when the index is at the low end, the market will find a low first by coming down a little bit and then shoot up. So I'm not trying to say everything is all negative. In fact, I'm telling you now, we are very, very near whereby the fund managers are not keen to go long. So there will be some pullback first, but usually after that itself, the stock market will rally. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm saying that maybe after the selling, the next wave will be a very big wave of buying, and you should be around doing this. And that's the reason why I also want to capture this run and make a lot of money for myself. Okay, so this is not only a bear selling thingy, I'm not taking the bull side of the market. Yeah. And of course, this is the using the 100-day this is using the 100-day moving average on a weekly chart, 100-day. And you can see that, right, every time if the market breaks below the 100-day moving average, the market will sell pretty badly. But once it stays above it itself, wow, the upside is incredible. Okay, so what I'm trying to say now is this: where we are right now, we're in a very peculiar position whereby the market just crossed the 100-day MA, just crossed, okay? So which means that it's still kind of bullish, but if the market breaks below the moving average, then the selling will really, really come. So of course, at the moment now, for it to break, it's still a little bit far away. Okay, let me just, you can take a look here itself. It's pretty far away, so no need to worry. All right, just for 3,800 level. Okay. Now, this is the S&P 500 versus the moving average versus the what do you call the inflation numbers. So what I'm trying to say is whenever inflation really hit a peak, then the stock market will rally. Wow, look at it, the stock market will rally. Incredible, right? So now if that's the case right now, the inflation is so, coming up. Well, that means that, right, the market will bottom out soon and then rally. Well, it is all possible. If let's say the inflation can be curbed, then yes, indeed, the stock market will go much, much higher. But of course, on the flip note itself, right, if let's say if the what do you call the inflation is definitely coming in, and then if things are coming bad, you can see that, right, once it finishes selling, the market also continue to go down further until almost none, and then that is where the market bottom will be. All right, so take note of this. This is a very, very powerful chart, and it actually speaks volume on how the S&P 500 works with the moving average and also work with this thing called labor index. Okay, so all this information can be found on TradingView, and of course, this information is fantastic. All right, guys, like it. Okay, I have finished my alternate market news and stuff like that. Let's go into the chart in the market and see what's happening at the moment right now. Okay, let's go. Now, first of all, China is in big problem, and I told you, as long as the China market cannot stay above the MA30, right, cannot stay above the MA30, there will be selling. All right, and of course, the moving average, the 200-day, is also moving down together, and that actually speaks even more that there could be a higher chance that the market may have to go lower. So if the market has to go lower first, then we have more time. Then I suspect that the China A50 will hit 13,300 in the time to come. At the moment now, it's trading at 13,518. So now it's 13,000. 520. Now I'm expecting it to drop all the way down to 13,300 in the near term. Do you think that this will actually happen? Do you think so? Okay, do you think so yourself? So let's us watch this, okay? All right. Okay, let me get back to you yourself, okay, on this right now, okay? So watch out for this. This may actually be happening for the stock market. So please be very careful. If the China market goes down further, obviously you're going to see more selling coming down the road, okay, for the rest of the world. Okay, so let's look at the US market for today and let us diagnose what can we do for today. Okay, so first of all, for today, let's look at the market now. Today's Dow Jones opening price is trading at 32,899. So which means that the MA moving MA30 is actually above us. So that means it's selling. And then MLP today, the MLP for today is trading at 33,010. So also means that now if the market trades lower, CCYR concentrate on the short side for today. Now, the only thing is that we have just triggered our KCB at 32,802, right? The next number you'll be going is 32,739, and I suspect that this will happen during the European timing, just about 2 p.m. So about 2 p.m. Singapore time to about 3 p.m. Right now, we can see it's only like 11:46 a.m. I suspect that later on around this timing, we may see the Dow Jones tripping all the way down to 32,739. Okay. And of course, today's base support should be at pivot 2 at 32,667. Now, the KSI is still green in color, and this speaks that there will be buying present because you can see that during this entire period of time, the KSI has been green. That's why even when the market pulls back, right, the market retaliated and recovered. But this time around itself, right, the selling is a little bit stronger than expected. So we do suspect that the market will see some base support around this area. Then after that, the market may rebound. But if the market don't rebound and KSI turn red, then we are in serious trouble because that means the Dow Jones can come down more than expected. Yeah, the Dow Jones can come down more than expected. So traders, you need to watch this very, very closely, okay? All right, so this is the rough estimate of what may happen. So let's look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ also the same thing. The NASDAQ opening price itself for today is at 12,870. Now, very incredible. Today, MLP is at 12,895, right? But the today's day high, just moments ago, the day high for today, you can see on the screen right here. The day high of today is 12,894. Oh my God, the market actually really almost touched MLP and come back down. So which means that very good chance today, the NASDAQ likely will hit 12,766. Now, why is that so? Because this is day number 1, right? This is day number 2. And today could likely be day number 3. Usually when the market breaks the BMB SL or break the RL, the market will take about 3 working days to reach the this minus 1 times 1 or times 1 times 1. That means the extension. So now the NASDAQ is trading at 12,829. I suspect that later on, right, by 3 p.m. Singapore time, we should be able to see the NASDAQ trading 12,766. All right. So that is what I feel the NASDAQ could be doing. Okay. So traders need to think note of that as well. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So traders kindly think note of that. This is going to be very incredible and important. Okay. So traders think note of that. And the KSI has already turned red in color. So that means that the selling pressure in the market is already all happening. Okay, this is really very scary. Okay, S&P 500 is also the same thing. You can see right now it's trading below the MA 200 and MA 30, and it's also below the MLP. And the KSI has turned red in color. So there's a very, very good chance S&P 500 may come down all the way to meet pivot 2 at 4085 level. Okay, this is going to be a very important level. And right now, the S&P 500 is trading at 4114. So that means that if the market is to fall, there's a good chance S&P 500 may fall another 30 points today. Another 30 point is quite a lot of right, for the market itself. So traders, you need to really consider doing that. So traders, please take note of that as well. Now, sorry for the background at the moment because there's some workers are trying to do some what they call carrying of some stuff. Okay, so it's a bit noisy, but you just have to bear it for a while. But take note as well, S&P 500 has a very good chance to drop down all the way to 40.85 today. There is a chance for it to happen. So traders, please take note of that. Yeah, this is no joking matter for today. Okay. All right, let's look at the Nikkei now. This is the Nikkei, and Nikkei today is a DJDD, Doji Directional Day. So we will adopt this. So we all know that when the market is doing a DJDD, right? Above OP, we will buy. Below OP, we will sell. Hold a minute. All right, so the thing is this. Nikkei now has tripped MLP. Now let me just go to the intraday chart to see this better, and you can feel it together with me. And that's the reason why it's better to be a trader, in such timing here. So you can see that the market MLP is here. All right, and the market opening price is actually here. So as long as the market basically touches MLP, couldn't go up and goes down, and plus it is below it's a DJDD. So that means that you have only one thing to do is to short the Nikkei, and Nikkei really dive down all the way to the MA 30 level, and that's why you see the multiple green dots there, and then now it's ding donging. Okay, so what I'm trying to say now, guys, pay attention to details right now. There's a very good chance later on we're going to either see a big rally or we're going to see a bigger sell off. Okay, now it's either this way or that way itself. Okay, at the moment now, the KSI is pointing a little bit on the buying side. Who told out the market may go up here itself, but if the market breaks the MA30, there's a very good chance that Nikkei can drop all the way to 28,200 level. Okay, so guys, what do you think? Do you think that the Nikkei is going to go up to 28,480? Right now it's 28,312. Do you think that it's going to go to 480, or do you think it's going to go down to 200? I want everybody to key in right now. Let's feel it together. What do you think? Do you think the Nikkei is going to go 480? Just key 480. If you think it will go down to 200, just key 200. Let me see right now. I'll take a bit of water right now. Wow, all of you are looking at 200. Okay, so all the way from Tipan, okay, to Ellison, Nelson, NG, Han Yu, Anthony, Joseph, Jerry, all of you are expecting to go lower. Wow, okay. So let's see later on. I don't know. I let the market decide that. Okay, so this is the Nikkei. That's Hong Kong. Now, Hong Kong is still selling this morning. This morning is all right. We already expected Hong Kong to be dropping further. Why? Because of DJDD as a setup. So same thing again. If the market stays above OP, it will be a buy, and if it trades below OP, it will be a sell. It's as simple as that. And because the KSI is red in color, so we suspected that if the market cannot break above MLP, there's a very good chance the market will be coming down, and the target was pivot to 19,247. And of course, that was something that we expected to happen. And if we look at the market right now, we can see today's market was very clear. The market basically breaks below the OP of the day, and we all know that it's below MLP. DJDD, that's it. There's only one thing to do, is to sell all the way down and profit from there itself. So you see that? DJDD, very simple. Follow the OP, follow the MLP. That's it, man. So today we have shorted very nicely and we have profited very handsomely on the Hang Seng. So congratulations to all of you. As long as you follow us, you know that this is really very simple to make money from the market. And that's the reason why I felt that the volatility is going to come in next month. I repeat myself, I believe that the volatility is going to come in next month, and then there'll be a lot of money to make in September and this October. And then when that all happens, it's all right. You're going to make a lot of money, and that's why, you know, a lot of things can happen. Okay. All right, let's look at DAX right now. DAX is not open yet, so we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this on its own, but we just do a bit of review that what likely DAX will be going. So if DAX continue to go down further, which is suspect to be going down further, it should be going down to 13,069 later. I suspect that the DAX is going to go down to here today, 12,860. Yesterday closed at 13,151, right? Now, I want to tell you something very important. Everybody take a look here. The market from this point here, okay, from this point here, 1, 2, 3, or to the highest point, took about 15 days. The market from here to here took 15 days to go, 15 days, okay? 15 days to go up, okay? But the market took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to go down. So this is actually very scary. It's very bearish. It is very bearish. So which means that, right, if the market takes 15 days to climb up the ladder and take 5 days to come down, right, I can tell you this, there's a very good chance that the DAX today can be hitting this point here itself. There's a very good chance that DAX could be hitting this point, 12,860 later today. I'm not kidding you yourself. That's the reason why I want to share with you today. It's such an important day, and of course, if you actually can get the hang of this, right, you will make a lot of money. And I would like you to donate generously to any charity organization, as long as it is like, you know, as long as it's helping people in the world, please do that. Okay, just do that. All right, and of course, if you can just mention my little name over there itself, because you make money from the market because of my call, then just say that, okay, I'm donating this to whatever charity, and then just say, okay, there's another guy out of tank, it's just Kelvin Han, and that's it. Don't need to, you know, don't need to do nothing else. Okay, just say this, and I think that'll be my most grateful for your little help here itself. Just, you know, this is how we help each other. Yeah. Okay, how about crude oil? Now, I already mentioned to you crude oil will rebound. I already mentioned this to you last week. Right, the reason was because it's pretty clear. We have a CCRY on the crude oil, and we have the KSI green, which means the boys are buying. Boys buying, right? Very clear. And also, we have the market. All right, now we have the crude oil now trading above the MA30, 91.30. That's a very strong thingy, and also it's above MLP. So how high will crude oil go? Well, if crude oil recovers, we can go up to $97 again. Now this is a problem here. The thing is this: during this last CPI data, the CPI data was averagely around this area here, and that was between $93. Okay, $90, $91. We see the screen, right? Okay, I'll change the color for you. It's on $91 to the range of $99 during the month of July. So that's the reason why the CPI data, the PCE data likelihood is pretty low end. But if this time round, if the crude oil is to go back up again and go beyond $100, then we have a problem, because that means that the inflation cannot come down, right? That means the market could be going higher. But the question is this, but Kel, if the inflation, if the world global production is coming down, or there's a recession itself, right, why would the crude oil go higher? That's a good question. So by right itself, right, we shouldn't see this upside at all. But now it's happening, and that is where the scary part is. I told you guys earlier itself, right? I cannot pinpoint what will happen next, but definitely there will be some big event coming out of nowhere, and then this could create a problem. And when that problem actually being created itself, right, then it might actually create a spillover to crude oil, and that will bring crude oil up itself. Now, I'm not too sure how can I put this in a better way, but I can tell you before, right, I believe that Warren Buffett did not buy this OXY just because that he failed in ConocoPhillips. Okay, I don't think so. In fact itself, right, let me just show you OXY now. Let's take a look here itself, everybody. Now, this position of ours are doing pretty decent now at the moment. So I'm very happy for people who follow us, and I've been making money. Okay, where's OXY? Here we go. You can see OXY now, right? Brilliant, right? See that? OXY has broke above our moving averages. You can see that. And now it's trading at $73. Now we've been calling for buying for the longest of time between $55 to $64. Remember, we have been calling for buy within for this range. And now it has blasted up to $73, and it's very clear that it's because crude oil is trading higher. So if crude oil goes higher, then of course this stock to go to $82, our target, is going to be very, very soon. And of course, if the crude oil price go to $100+, this is going to hit the market one more time, and that means Federal Reserve is going to increase interest rate again, and the thing will just keep on snowball and get bigger and bigger. So that's the reason why I share with you guys that it's better to buy more OXY and just keep it, because I believe that OXY will go to $82. Okay, OXY will go to $82. I already tell you that the current price now is at $73. I believe that in about 3 months time, 3 months, yeah, 3 months. I'm gonna write down for you, okay? So 3 months time. That means by this December, all right, I expect OXY to go up all the way to $82. I've been very positive and been very open with the sharing itself. I'm not hide. I don't charge people anything. I just want you to make money from it, and I've been sharing you. And I hope that you guys have already listened and probably make some good profit from there. Yeah. Okay, so that was crude oil. Let's look at the gold price right now. Now, gold price, some people ask me, can you buy gold? I say no. Why? Let me explain this to you why. Because the KSI at the moment now is red in color. So that means there'll be some selling. And the blue bars are extending downwards, meaning it's bearish. And very clear that gold is still on a downward trend. Hence, therefore, in my opinion, gold will fall. How much will fall? Back to 1716 again. Today, we're at 1745. Now, if the US dollar, if the inflation is going to go upwards, then the interest rates will have to go upwards. If the interest rate go upwards, the US dollars will go upwards, right? Hence, therefore, gold will have to fall. Okay, gold will have to fall. Okay, so that's the reason why am I sharing with you that gold prices will likely be coming downwards. Okay, gold prices will most likely be coming downwards. Okay, so be very, very careful about gold. Right, likelihood is going to come down. All right, take note of that. Gold is very crucial. Gold might be coming down, and you don't want to be caught by this itself. Okay, all right, be careful. Okay, be very, very careful. All right, so of course, gold is coming down. Naturally, silver will be coming down too. And I've been telling you guys not to buy some silver. I said that silver will come back down again. This time around, I'm waiting for you at 1861 cent over there. Waiting. Okay. Now KSI is red in color. The blue bars are bearish right now. So as long as the market is down, you do not fight with the market. Okay. So be very, very careful on this. This is silver. And last two before we go for today is Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is showing some signs of support at the moment. Why? Because 21,000 has been a very strong base. Every time we hit 20,662, we have a very strong base, very strong base. So this number is about 20,662 must break for it to go down further. So if it goes down further, then the Bitcoin will come down to 19,650s. Okay, over here, can you see that? Okay, now the KSI is still selling, it's red, and the blue bars are still bearish. So all these things tells me that Bitcoin most likely will come down. But of course, I cannot deny this. If Bitcoin do cross back, then the upside will be back to MA30. And of course, if Bitcoin recovers, the stock market will recover. So take note of that. This is going to be very critical here, yeah? So watch this Bitcoin very closely. If Bitcoin goes down, it will be going down to 19,000, and this will definitely spook the market a little bit more, okay? This will definitely spook the market. This is something that you have to take note of that, yeah? Okay. And last but not least will be Ethereum. Before we go, Ethereum itself is here, and this same thing again. Ethereum likelihood, if Bitcoin goes smash down below 16 cents, then there's a very good chance you can see Ethereum coming down to 41411. Okay, KSI is still red in color, blue bar extended off strongly, so that means that this current now is 1611, right? There's a good chance that Ethereum might be coming down to 1411 instead, okay? So traders, take note of that. You don't want to be caught on the wrong side of Ethereum and Bitcoin, but if Ethereum and Bitcoin do recover, then of course, naturally, we do see the market actually recovering. And last one, before you go is I want to show something very, very crucial. Don't go away first, just give me a short moment. Okay, it's a VIX, all right, VIX. Now, yesterday, VIX itself has shot up, okay? See that? The VIX, this is VIX, and it has shot up. Okay, this is VIX. Now, VIX, I told you guys to accumulate more VIX as long as coming down. I told you guys that if the VIX is coming down anytime at 20, is to buy a lot of VIX. Remember, I told you to buy VIX at 20, remember? So those who remember that VIX to buy at 20, remember? All right, can you key the word VIX for me? That means that if you remember that I said that VIX to buy at 20, if you remember that itself, can you key the word VIX, V-I-X? Because I told you guys to buy a lot of VIX at 20, and I told you that the VIX, once the thing is ready, it will move by itself. And you can see yesterday VIX went up by as much as 5%. Okay, sorry, not 5%, up by 20% in a single day, 20%, because 20 to 24, 10% is 2, then 20% is 4. So remember that, I told you. Now, VIX, how high can it go? I believe that VIX can go up to 30. Why? Because I told you guys, I believe that something bad might be happening. I don't know what would that be. I really don't know what is going to happen. But I told you that VIX to buy some, and I told you that look at it itself. So VIX, can you buy today? Like I say again, if you believe that something bad is going to happen this week or next week, then you can buy some VIX as a form of protection. And of course, if VIX goes higher, then congratulations to you once again. Okay, so traders, kindly take note of that. All right, that will be all for today. Thank you once again for listening to me. It's a 1-hour session. The next time itself is going to be on YouTube. It will be much shorter, and I also hope that you guys will benefit from it again. So take care. Have a great day. This is Cal signing off. May you make lots of money today. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.